Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the Midwestern snow threat for the upcoming week. Alright, to start here, we're going to start off with the winter storm watch from National Weather Service Des Moines. They issued you this a little bit earlier this afternoon. We'll go through this first. Moderate to heavy snow Monday and Tuesday. Moderate to heavy at times will spread across southern Iowa very early Monday morning and lasting into Tuesday. So this is a very this could vary over the next 2 days. Like here you go, Monday and Tuesday should both be affected by this. Even Wednesday, if there's enough snow, usually that kind of creeps over into there. If you get over that 5, 6, 7 inch range, you could actually creep into Wednesday and affect travel conditions then, especially with, like it says next, the 35 to 40 mile per hour winds. That is significant. Lots of blowing snow, very, very hard driving conditions, especially when you get out in the fields, and lots of wind and lots of snow just blowing across the road. So it's really hard to see and dangerous just in general here. Lots of cities here. You can see all these. If you want to read them, you can pause it for just a second. But winter storm watch is in effect Monday morning through Tuesday afternoon. Heavy snow possible. Total snow accumulations of 4 to 7 inches. That's really in line with what I'd been saying for a few days. The models we'll check through in a little bit will really clarify what the floor and the ceiling in this event could actually be. This is a very good range, though, especially from National Weather Service Des Moines. They're usually very conservative on their amounts, and that's pretty high. That's pretty significant amounts for National Weather Service to be posting. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour, which is significant. Like I had said before, that blowing snow is really, really devastating if it's too much, and a that much snow is pretty significant. Travel could be very difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Definitely going to impact Monday, that afternoon commute. The morning one may be alright, but there's a very solid chance still that could also get affected. Tuesday's going to be your main day, though. Lots of blowing snow. The heaviest amount's going to be on the ground. And that whole day, Tuesday, is kind of in that watch out for that, definitely. So we're going to go on here to Weather Story, also by National Weather Service Des Moines. First, we're going to start off with tonight. Just some really light snow tonight. Not even an inch anywhere really in the state. Now here's the important one, the main actual event. The percent chance of 2 inches or more of snow. This map, as you can see, the dark blue shows, well, over 90%. And basically the entire southern half south of I-80 is in that 2%. As you can see, it'll be really interesting to see how far the 2 inches of snow gets north in the state. The next one here is 6 inches or more, which is significant snow. That is very significant snow, and it can really impact things for a day, maybe even 2. It could even creep into Wednesday if we get enough snow. So here we almost have a 70% chance of over 6 inches of snow. That is significant. We probably haven't seen that much snow in, I'd say, a couple years. I think it was like 2 Easters ago we had that much snow, but it's really, really high chance of a lot of snow in the southeastern corner of the state. But that's it for this part. Now we'll just go on to the weather models. Alright, so now we're going to get into what I like to call the fun part. So here we go. This is basically simulated radar with this precipitation type. This is a brand new one, so this obviously doesn't get far enough out. So let's switch this over to the previous model run. That one I'll post on Facebook later on. It'll probably, by the time this gets up, it'll probably be out. But let's see. As you can see, look at that. Significant snow. Looks like it's be moving through. Let me check right when it starts, basically. This is 21Z Monday, which is, what is that? About 3, 4 o'clock. So definitely in the afternoon is when that's going to start. So I feel like we'll probably get a full day of school on Monday. And then by Monday evening, it should start getting significant. So that's when your travel impacts will start. And then Tuesday morning, as you can see, all night it's going to be snowing. Into the afternoon hours, Tuesday, early afternoon hours. Yeah, you can see, look, even almost into Wednesday morning, we're going to have significant snow all the way through. So this model shows a lot of snow you've seen starting late afternoon, well, actually, sorry, mid to early afternoon Monday, and almost continuing through Wednesday morning. So as you can see that, and then now we'll actually go through the snow depth. That appears to be, nope, not that one. Whoops. There we go. All right, so let's start from the beginning. As you can see, really, so look at that thing just popping up, and as you see like that, this one's really trying to point around almost, what is that? Let's see. About 10 inches of snow for our area. That's probably a little bit over what it'd actually be, but that's very significant showing on these models, especially this close to the actual event. Now let's check basically the high resolution version of this model. Let's start with precipitation type here. As you can see, pretty similar. A lot easier. What the heck? There we go. A lot better detail here. As you can see, this is only halfway through the event, basically. This is very, very early Tuesday morning, and 10-to-1 ratio. And you can see at this point, we're already at almost 7 inches. These models are really, really liberal right now on how much snow they're showing. Let's go to a little bit more conservative model here and just make sure we're checking all the different parts. So as you can see, this model's showing everything a little more south. Maybe not. I didn't actually think this model was showing as much, but this one's also showing about 10 inches of snow, which is significant. I was surprised by that, but you can see the most significant shows to be southeast of us, but I still would like to say that we're going to be under 10 inches. I mean, let's see. I mean, here, let's look through the GEFS, which should show us a ton of them. Guys will just see a little corner here. Let me go to the mean snow. The mean snow accumulation is basically just like kind of what all the different ones are saying. As you can see here, even this is showing pretty significant amounts for our area, about 11 inches average, basically. This is like an average in theory. That is a significant amount for an event like this close. Here, let's go to the short range one, which is basically the same thing. This one shows a couple different models, though, so it's usually a little bit better about how it works here. Let's see. What is its 12-hour mean snowfall? As you can see, this 12-hour, like different 12-hour points, you can see that almost, what is that 5-6 inch range. Very, very significant here. Probability of snow over 12 inches, very low. I mean, you see a little pop up, a couple of them. Over 8 inches here, not much, not too much. You can see over 4 inches. Yeah, this is where you're starting to get your significant. Look at that, almost 60-70% in that. I guess I can't really check too much else. Let's go through, check out a different model here, the Euro model, the European model. What does it say for snow? It's the same sort of, to an extent, about 8 inches at most. And then also, I forgot to mention, we've also got to check out the next event, which looks to just be a couple days later that weekend. Let me go to 24 hour so then we can kind of get out of this one. You can see that snow just keeps moving that way. And then the next event here, oh, it's actually starting to shift it south. Never mind. It looked like we were going to have another event that Saturday, but oh my gosh, yeah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, that event apparently is starting to shift south according to the GFS model, but likely usually these snow events, as I've kind of noticed over the last 2 years of forecasting snow pretty more in depth as I ever had before, obviously, that these events really tend to trend north right at the end. Like, actually, this is a really good example because the one that we're currently going to have on Monday, Tuesday started about where that is at, and then it actually moved basically right up to where we're at, and even north of us some on different models. The NAM model, the NAM, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of different names for these models, kind of just letters and, you know, whatever else. But this one really pushes it north. I mean, a lot of these other models are showing it quite a bit south, but this one really, really, really pushed it north comparatively to the GFS model. Now, if we go to the pivotal weather ones, we'll go to the SREF, the short range ensemble. This should have a little more stuff for us to look at. Let me go get it quick. So to get snowfall here, let's go to total. I don't want that. Whoops. Okay. Total snowfall over the SREF. Now this should be a really good. This is usually one of the best things to show snowfall amounts because it takes into account all the models and it basically just averages it out. And as you can see, even this ensemble run is showing 8 almost 9 inches here. So I'd say really the ceiling on this event, the NAM models and different models here are showing almost a foot. I don't think that it will get near that, even in Nebraska. Maybe somewhere between here and northern Kansas we'll have some chance of hitting about a foot. But if I was being honest, I'd say I'd really like that 6 to 10 inches. That's kind of my estimate here. 6 to 10 inches is kind of my pure estimate if I had to guess. But it really could be anywhere. I'd say from 4 or 5. That's kind of the floor. It looks like we're going to get a lot. Floor is 4 to 5. Ceiling is a foot, but that is like a max ceiling. Like, I highly doubt we'll have that, but that's like physically possible. I don't know how to describe that without like making you guys think it's possible. It's not possible really, but it could happen in theory. And also another great thing to check here is temperature during this time, like making sure we're not getting too warm, because if we get too warm, you're going to get grapple, you're going to get ice, you're going to get rain, something like that. And let's see, Monday. Ooh, you see that? That's a little bit something to watch. During the afternoon hours, you're getting at 37 almost degrees. Yeah, look at that. And then it really sharply drops down, actually, right when that snow starts, and you start getting to 32s, 33s. That's how you get super heavy snow, though. That's why I'm really thinking this has a chance of being super significant. That really, when you get close to freezing, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, same thing. When you get close to that is when you can get the heaviest snow. And it's going to be really, really borderline on there, but it's also how you can get rain. And it can really screw things up. But as I can see here, there's a pretty long line. Oh, whoops, I'm too far up. A pretty big gap between the rain, which should be in central Missouri, I'd say, and then the snow should be starting just about northern Missouri, and that's where that main part will be. But everything's kind of green here. The models, the National Weather Service is really green. 4 to 7 inches is pretty significant for them to be calling out. And just really everything has a lot of agreements. This thing's been in the radar, that's kind of a funny one to say, but this thing's kind of been under the models for a pretty significant amount of time. I would not be surprised to see 6 to 10 inches of snow. And a lot of travel impacts Monday through Wednesday, maybe. It could even be Wednesday. That next snow event, it's really hit or miss here. It's similar to this one, actually. It's pretty warm again, and it's going to be really... It's basically the same thing. It literally is the same thing. It's just another... it could change a lot in these next few days, especially with this other system. That really can really mess with the other one. Now, actually, let's start with this, and let's check on the GEFS, sorry, and see what its ensemble shows. Yep, you see that now? It's really starting to be south. But we could still get a couple inches of snow. As you can see, this one's it's a lot less significant looking at the moment, but it's still showing 2-3 inches this Friday into Saturday, which could affect some of the weekend plans, but likely shouldn't be as much. But that could easily change quickly. I will keep an eye on that one. I'll make another video if it looks like it's getting significant. But currently, right now, it looks like it should be pretty moderate. But a lot of these areas through northern Kansas, almost all the way up to southern Michigan, are going to be pretty hit over the next couple days. But yeah, definitely this event in Monday into Tuesday has a great chance of being pretty significant. One of the most significant ones we've had this year. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the little bell thing that you can see there. But yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you.